Hi. Today I want to talk about something that I'll call activation energy. And this is really important if you are trying to do something new, or you are about to step into something new, you're in a transition, or you have an interest, a curiosity, a desire for something to be different. So change, really. And activation energy, well, how I define it, is the energy it requires to get going, to take action. And certainly at the beginning, it's harder to take action because things are not as regular, they're not as routine. Often, if we're learning something new, it just takes more effort. So, the thing to be aware of is if you're starting something new, the activation energy is going to be higher. It's going to require more of you in many cases. It reminds me of a story that happened to me in 2011. And it's related to flying. So I was on a flight in 2011 and we took off. And after about a minute or so, there was a really loud bang, and one of the engines on the plane had failed. And it was a pretty scary moment. I definitely felt like, oh my God, is this really going to be the end? And what was interesting was we were near to the airport where we'd just taken off from. The flight team was very amazing at communicating to us very early what had happened and that they would be, returning the plane to do a landing back to the airport we just left. And what was interesting afterwards was that I was reading how one of the hardest things for a pilot to do is to return a flight back to where it just left. In particular, this was a transatlantic flight. And the reason that it's hard to do the landing for these situations is because the plane is full of fuel, that actually the plane had enough fuel to get it across the Atlantic Ocean, and instead the pilot's turning around to land the plane back with a full tank of gas, of fuel. And it just reminded me how, when we're taking off, when we're going for something new, we almost need that more energy. We need a full tank of fuel. Um, Good news is, with my flight story, we landed back safely. All was well. But that was the thing that stood out for me, was actually that the hardest thing for that pilot to do in that moment was to land the plane back with a full tank of fuel, because normally when they land, the tank has emptied. It's been used in the course of the flight. So if you are starting something new, if you're about to embark on change, just remember this concept of activation energy, that at the beginning it will feel harder. It might feel heavy. It's taking more effort. Um, and so do be kind to yourself. Do consider, why are you doing it? What's important about it to you? But also don't beat yourself up if it feels hard or if it feels like it's effort, because if something's new and it's worth doing, it will probably be harder at the beginning. So be kind to yourself, have self-compassion, and I suppose enjoy that phase of noticing where you're using your activation energy to get going on something that's important to you. Thanks for listening. Feel free to listen to my other videos if you'd like more tips on being kind to yourself, going down a kind route as you go about your life, and live with more balance and ease. Thanks for now. See you soon.